Welcome back to the Sports Source. This is our season preview, and it's brought to you in this segment by Madisonville Marine. Summer is almost over, and that means it's already time to start thinking about next boating season. Maybe you want a boat, but you aren't ready for a brand new one. Well, no one offers a better selection of warranty-backed pre-owned boats than Madisonville Marine. There's a reason people go to madmarine.com from all over the United States. They are shipping boats all over, I promise you that. And you can get them right here. People drive down to Highway 411 North in Madisonville, see it for yourself. There's no better place to buy a boat, new or used. Madisonville Marine. Okay, I want to save some time, so this segment, well, we'll see. We'll see if I want to save time or not. It depends on how quick we're going here. But I just want to talk about team leaders, all right? First of all, who's going to be Tennessee's leader in rushing yards this fall?
I hear the Tyon Evans buzz, but I have a hard time. You have a hard time talking about Jabari Small. I just think this staff loves him, and I think he's going to be that guy.
Okay, we got a Jabari Small. Josh?
That's my vote as well. I think Evans and Small will both put up good numbers, but I think Small will lead the way.
Jimmy?
Tyon Evans.
Yeah.
I think that Jabari Small will be used more in the passing game than Evans. So I think Evans is going to rush for more. Small will have more total yards from line of scrimmage, but I'm going to say Evans for rushing.
That's a good chair down there because whoever sits in it, even when it's Chuck, they're not afraid to go out on their own, do their own thing. All right. Who will be Tennessee's leading in receiving yards, not receptions, leader in receiving yards this year?
Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah, that's too obvious.
Yeah, big year ahead for it. Could have
so
been
too.
Jones, but the health issue with Jones, like the hamstring stuff, that's something that can really linger. That's a really bad sign. They have bodies. They're going to have a bunch of guys that have a bunch of catches. But for Jones to have a huge year and you're entering the season with a lingering hamstring, that's just bad luck
I
for
mean,
you.
Hyatt may have like 2 catches for 75 yards
Right.
in the game.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think
So
he-
you're
I think
going
he
high.
can
too?
have
I'm going high, yeah.
Yep, sweep.
So I'm going to have to stretch this segment, so I'm already thinking of some bonus questions. You're going to get more than 20 questions this week, so there
Who'll
you
be
go.
the third leading receiver?
Now that's an interesting question.
Who will catch the third pass of the fourth game? Okay. Question number 18 on our list. We'll go the other side of the ball, and I'm afraid this will be easy too. Who's going to be Tennessee's leading tackler?
Juwan Mitchell.
I have to go with Mr. Mitchell as well. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have some consensus up here.
Same guy that led Texas in tackles last year, Juwan Mitchell. Yeah, and it'll be more than 62. That's what he had at Texas. I think
Yeah.
he'll lead him in tackles.
All right. Leader in sacks. This is bonus question number 1. Who will lead this team in sacks? Is it
Byron
who you
Young.
mentioned? Byron Young. We all going Young?
I will go Byron Young, but I think this is really good. I think
Okay.
Tyler Barron and Roman Harrison could also be considered for this, but I will go Byron Young.
I don't think you can rule out a Matthew Butler renaissance under Rodney Garner. I think he's a guy that he does everything they want him to do. Not the most physically gifted guy, but I think he can really make an impact. So possibly him. I think if I had to vote, I'd probably say Byron Young, but Matthew Butler I think could have a really nice year too.
Okay.
Hard for tackles to do that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but he
An
may
inside
move around.
spot.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see kind of how they use him. Tim Banks has been so dodgy on what the defense is going to look like that we'll see where guys get used.
If that's a competitive race, though, for the most sacks,
That's a
then
good sign.
That's good for Tennessee's
Yeah.
team. As
Well,
long as it,
If it's more than 3.
2
yeah.
versus 1.5, then
Right.
that's not good.
Yeah. This one should be interesting. Who leads this team in touchdowns? That makes you think, is it receiver? Is it running back? Is it somebody who's good in both sides of the...
Tyon Evans.
Yeah, now that one I'll go with Tyon Evans. I think when they're getting into inside the 5 and
Yeah.
you're sort of reading stuff and trying to get numbers and get body advantages, Evans is kind of more your thumper. So
And
I
he
go
looks
Tyon
like a
Evans.
power back, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So everybody...
Yeah,
go there?
Evans is probably my vote. I'd go him over Hyatt. Can Cedric Tillman make it interesting, like as a red zone guy, but probably not to lead the team. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll go Evans.
All right. Well, this has just been, with the exception of the running back, the leading rusher, everything's been kind of the same. You
Joe
guys,
Milton could be an interesting answer.
Milton might. It's
well, I
possible.
was going to say, if
You
you're
know,
throwing in rushing
short
and
yardage,
passing
yeah.
quarterback,
Yeah.
passing touchdowns.
Well, they're going to run it. I mean, I think they're going to run a ton of read option when you get inside that 5, and depending on how defenses play it, if Evans is in there and
And his size around the goal line.
how good are you at faking? Gets a couple sneaks in there. That read option, we're going to see a lot of Joe Milton prancing into the end zone untouched as defenses try to go hit Tyon Evans from
Wow.
4 yards out. We are.
We're going to see a lot of him prancing into the end zone.
Those little
untouched.
4-yard read options. If you're good good at getting those fakes. I'm telling you, at least 3 or 4 or 5 times this year, we're going to see that.
Vols
I'm telling you.
12-0, according to David Oven. All right, when we come back, we're going to have everybody out here, all 6 of us, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, I've got a special little question, question 19. Those are 2 bonus questions you just got right there, so we're not counting those. But question number 19 is kind of a little interesting aside. But question 20, the big one, we're going to tell you how many wins we predict for Tennessee in the regular season. And it'll be our official prediction, what gets tattooed on each of our heads, and we have to live with it. That's next on the Sports Source. Come on back.